Y'all lucky. Y'all
Oh,
lucky.
I didn't even realize you hit live. Okay.
Oh my God.
Real discussions coming soon.
Patreon coming soon, but until then, appreciate y'all tuning back into a live stream as you guys are watching again. It's your boy G along with Alec, another episode of Check 300. Appreciate everybody for tapping back in. As we get rolling, before we really dive into the topic of the day, make sure you're following us on LA Sports Report. A lot of great things going on each week on there. A lot continue to bring great content to you on that platform. Make sure you subscribe to the show as things go along. And yeah, there's a lot of fun things. We had a fun episode just yesterday, and it had a lot to talk about the NFL and NBA and all that's been going on. Yeah. And we have breaking news today, right afterwards, that Aaron Donald retired, and we wanted to get back on here and react to the news. Alec, what are your thoughts on this Hall of Famer retiring suddenly this off season?
Yeah, very much shocked me. Like, woke up this morning and saw the notification from Schefter. I was like, oh snap! Wish we got this news yesterday when we were recording, but we had to come back and talk about it for sure. I mean, it's not a complete surprise, only because it was rumored he might retire after that Super Bowl. Him and Sean McVay actually had rumors of retirement looming, but both of them obviously opted to come back and run it back and try to win again. And obviously that didn't happen, but Aaron Donald still definitely is going to go down as one of the greatest players of all time, greatest defenders of all time, obviously a Hall of Famer, got that Super Bowl ring, got those Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, all the accolades. It's a career well worthy of Hall of Fame and retirement at this point. So
absolutely,
all the best wishes to him, and hopefully the Rams can find somebody to try to replace. You clearly it's hard shoes to fill for Aaron Donald there on the line, but hopefully they can find a piece or two that can help fill the hole that's going to be left from Aaron Donald's absence.
Correct. Definitely an all-time great, as you said, one of the greatest of all time. Folks have been sharing highlights of his and and to show just how great of a player that he was. Most notably, images like the one you're seeing now of him being blocked by 4
and quadruple team.
Him at his peak was so unstoppable that one guy or 2 guys, 3 guys you could see weren't enough. You'd send the whole O-line at him just to keep him contained, and definitely was a force that was rare in the league. Even though the league is full of special talents, he still stood out amongst them all. Definitely what we missed in LA and across the league. So yeah, just salute to him for an all-time great career. Surely will be a Hall of Famer. Looking forward to his speech and all on the way. And just happy for him that he's able to retire this young still. He's able to go and be with his family and do all the things he wants to do post-career and not have to, feel pressure just about the NFL and what all comes with it, because he gave his all when he was on the field, and we all appreciate him greatly for it. So, yeah, salute to a great career. We'll talk about the next steps for the Rams in a moment, but you can't currently say it, but just any last thoughts on just his presence and what he meant to the league during his time here?
Yeah, I mean, it says a whole lot when, as a defensive player especially, you can unanimously be voted as the best player in the league by your peers. Right. It's typically going to be held that spot by a quarterback. It's very much a quarterback's league and an offensive league. But when you got the whole league says no, this guy's different. This guy's different. We have to change our whole game plan when we're going against this guy. You know that you're a special type of talent, as you have the picture there, him getting quadruple team. There's several more of those pictures of him getting double, triple, quadruple teamed, but teams all across the league. And he truly was a one-of-one talent there. So he will be sorely missed. But once again, just congratulations to him on a great career.
Congrats to him. Definitely, again, as we said, looking forward to what all next with his life, just Hall of Fame speeches and all kinds of stuff. And being the guy that just showed how much passion he had for the game. And there were clips that have gone viral of, for example, when he sat down with the pivot and talked about how he breaks down film with other players, things of the sort. Hopefully he still around in some capacity and we're able to continue to appreciate his knowledge that he has, because what you see right here is not just because of how physical that he was. There's also a lot of mental game that he mastered as well that we'd love to hear him talk about more as his life goes on. So yeah, just again, full appreciation of him. Thank him for his contributions. It's going to be a great moment celebrating him when he enters the Rams Ring of Honor or however you want to do it. Just looking forward to all the great celebrations for him on the way. So yeah, good stuff with him directly. Now as we turn towards the Rams, does this set us somewhat into a rebuild sooner than we thought? What do the Rams do now as a response to Aaron Donald retiring?
Yeah, I mean, he was kind of the anchor of that defense, especially after we lost a couple guys the previous year. And
yeah,
like I said, it's gonna be tough shoes to fill, especially on that line, but just on the defense as a whole. I mean, he makes the job of the secondary that much easier with the pressure that he's able to get on the quarterback. So it kind of hurts multiple like phases of that defense having him gone. So I mean, obviously, like you see Kobe Turner there, he had a great rookie season. And we had a couple guys bringing in Darius Williams was great as well. And we had a couple guys who stepped up last year, but the defense clearly was the weakest unit, even with Aaron Donald. So yeah, I don't know if I want to say rebuild because you still have an offense that I think is primed to compete with some of the best teams in the league. But yeah, I mean the defense will need some rebuilding for sure.
Yeah, got some jumps to make still. Luckily, we're in a space last year where we had Donald there, who was the vet that led the way for us, but we still had young guys who were stepping up and emerging. So we don't have to go into a full rebuild now because of what RD's been put into place. But guys will for sure have to step up now a little bit more than they would have had to in the past, with Aaron Donald's presence now being removed from the middle. So as you pointed out, Kobe Turner and others that have stepped up early on in their careers, we want to continue to see them make them steps. Kobe Durant in that secondary, now being potentially secondary to Darius Williams in that corner spot. Hopefully taking a little bit of pressure off of him will allow him to continue to bloom and move in the right direction, at least amongst others who are continuing to find their way. And there's room, as you see, the couple spots where that second spot is still blank. We might still have room to sign some people or make some moves in the draft properly to get us going fully. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how we move. I don't think we need a full rebuild, as you said. But yeah, looking forward to see what guys continue to step up this upcoming season. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff for sure. Still going to be going on in LA, even without Aaron Donald no longer leading the way there. So we'll be locked in on it all for sure.
Definitely.
So yeah, good stuff on the defensive side, and we'll continue to keep eyes on that for sure. On the offensive side,
Jimmy.
I'm shaking my head just because he's here. It's not really a big deal because Matt Shepard's still here, and so he's bounced back and all of that. So it's more comical than anything. But any thoughts on Jimmy G being added to the roster in the last day?
Not a whole lot of thought. Like I think he's a decent backup quarterback. So I'm not mad at that signing. I joked about Stetson Bennett erasure. I don't even know if he's still on the roster actually.
I think he has issues going on off the field, so
okay.
He's on the roster but not fully around at the moment. So yeah, I'm leaving it alone for right now.
For sure. But
he's on the depth chart right now for sure, though. He's on here.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, we've seen Jimmy step into a starting role when he needed to, and just be fine, like be good enough, like to help a team advance, but not good enough to get them over the hump.
Right.
The hope is that you won't even need to have to get to him. Like you hope that Stafford will be healthy once again and be able to make it through another great season with the weapons that we have on offense. But it's a great backup to have because you've seen him be able to do it for other teams. So.
Yeah, I only have no deep dive on it. Hopefully, we won't use him too much because Matt Stafford will be healthy for the majority of the season and things. So excited for that. The comment I made to you was that looking at Jimmy G's career, he went from New England to San Francisco to Vegas, and now he's in LA. Does he have the best, just city-wise, career path that you've seen recently? That you think of recently?
I mean, I don't know. Are you counting New England just because of like the success there, or like Boston as a city, or?
Well, I mean, I guess what happened afterwards. He started.
Okay. Because like the next three, like like San Francisco, Vegas,
and Vegas, and LA. It's like he knows where he wants to go, where to be at.
Oh yeah, like he knows how to have fun for sure. We've seen him off the field as well. So coming to LA, It'll be interesting to see who he's getting dinner with
Oh yeah,
in this city. But yeah, I think he's for sure secured various bags, and he's had some nice elements to play in for sure.
yeah, definitely fun stuff. I guess somewhat to that. If you were a player yourself, would you rather be a player that just city wise that bounces around a bunch of cities and gets to play up kind of everywhere, or would you rather be kind of a Matt Stafford where you play in Detroit and LA and that's it? How would you do it?
No hate to Detroit, but I don't know if I'd want to. I'd want to play several years there. They're kind of turning it around as a franchise, so it might be a little better nowadays. But I feel like it depends on like what type of man you are. You know, like if you're a family man, you're not gonna want to move a whole lot of cities. But I mean, if you're young,
That
if you're
for Jimmy at least, I mean, respectfully.
exactly, and we don't know Jimmy as a family man, so clearly he likes to get around a bit. But yeah, if you're a young guy and just kind of want to have fun and get your biggest bag that you can, like it makes sense that you're gonna hit as many spots as you can, secure the biggest bag and secure the uh, nicest city you can possible. But me myself personally,
Hmm.
I feel like if I could land in a spot where like I really enjoy, I wouldn't want to move a whole lot. Like it's nice to kind of just be situated and have your setup there and not like be worried about like having to uproot your life every couple of years, you know. But
Hmm.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think I'll go somewhat Jimmy G route. I wouldn't mind bouncing around through a couple of nice cities, get drafted wherever I get drafted. And after that, if I can get to the Bay for a little while, I'll go in the Bay and chill out there for a little while. I can get to Vegas for a little while, chill out. And after and in LA, I'm chilling.
Chill out in Vegas. Okay. All right.
Just a little pit stop. Ain't never
Hey,
hurt nobody. So
hey,
yeah,
Violet Myers is already in LA, man. So you ain't got to go
out,
nowhere.
man. What you doing? What you doing with me? My God.
I don't know who's in
That's
Sacramento,
crazy.
but
Hey, relax. Relax. But no, I think just city wise, as I've begun traveling myself, there's a lot of good cities out there, so it'd be cool to kind of bounce around and play in a few. Yeah, if you stuck in the Matt Stafford route, you stuck in Detroit for a while. I don't know how that would feel, but yeah, I salute to Jimmy G for what he's doing and how he's maneuvered throughout his career and staying around after all this time, even through all the jokes and ridicule for whatever he does on the field. He continues to get the bag. And we'll see what he does for the Rams if called upon this upcoming season. So yeah, just interesting things going on with the Rams right now for sure.
where did
We'll continue to keep eyes on them. Yeah, anything else you want to add? Go ahead.
where did Flacco just sign? Because that was a guy I would have liked for them to pick up as a
Oh,
backup QB as well.
he just signed
He got a decent bag, like 7 or 8 million, I think.
the Colts.
Ah, okay, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know if I want that career. But Baltimore and then the Jets and then
Cleveland.
Cleveland and then Indianapolis. Yeah, that one's not for me.
No, no, I
I'm
was,
really
I was
that
just
one.
asking from the standpoint of the Rams because I thought he would have been a good backup to bring in
For
behind
sure.
Stafford, but yeah, I mean, I'm cool with Jimmy G. Like
Yeah,
he's not a great QB, but he's solid.
I missed the explanation for why they went for him instead. I'm sure there was some I don't know beyond this picture. There must be some ties there that led to him getting this bag. So if he finessed something again, then salute to him. And like I said, we'll hope for the best while he's here. So yeah, we'll continue to play close attention to what's going on in LA as things play out, and hope that we continue to just build in the right way, even after, as we mentioned to start, Aaron Donald has retired as he has. So salute to him. Looking forward to all that's next. For those watching right now, again, make sure you're tapped in with us on LA Sports Report. A lot of your stuff coming to you guys there each week. You guys watch us live here on YouTube, Twitch, and on Twitter. But if you guys want to go watch things broken down into segments, it'll be on LA Sports Report each week. And we appreciate y'all showing love there when you can. So yeah, good stuff on that side with the Rams. Going to the Chargers side, we talked about them just yesterday, and we shared how we thought they're moving in the right direction. But a lot of fans seem to be feeling otherwise, and maybe it's just the casual fan not realizing what's on the way. But I've seen a lot of tweets about out here. Can't wait to see Herbert do this next year, where he's throwing the ball to himself and all kinds of stuff of the sort.
Right.
Are you confused at all by the reaction to Chargers fans being a little bit disappointed with the moves they made over the last couple of days?
No, I'm not confused at all by fan reaction because, like, one, it's hard to lose guys that you have a whole lot of history with and emotional attachment to in Keenan Allen. Like, I guess that's one of the last like Chargers that's been there for a really long time,
Right.
at least, especially like on the offensive side. So, yeah, I mean, I understand it from that standpoint, and I talked about like he was the safety blanket for Justin Herbert. So,
Right.
them joking about him throwing to himself because I mean we saw we saw Quentin Johnston's struggles. We saw that the offense just kind of struggled once like Mike Williams went down as well. Just beyond Keenan Allen and Gerald Everett, who's gone as well. Like I understand why fans are saying this about the weapons that are currently on the roster because it's like it's two tight ends between Will Disley and who else did we sign? Was it Hurst?
Hayden Hurst.
And Hurst, yeah. Those two guys don't inspire a whole lot of I don't know, like excitement, I guess you could say, as a fan to like possession tight ends. And then Gus Edwards isn't the splashiest of names either, too, at the running back position. So it's clear that like the Chargers, like we talked about, it's a new regime, new head coach, so they're gonna have to rebuild some in a sense. And they're clearly with those moves of cutting Mike Williams and trading Keenan Allen, they're moving towards the youth in the future, and they're gonna have to draft at the skill position, and specifically at wide receivers. So I think the direction like makes sense, but as a fan, it might be hard to see the guys that you know can produce right now leaving.
Yeah. I think just as you said, I echo that. I'm also just I guess building on it. Folks have been saying that in the draft, while there are a lot of good receivers there, and we see that, and to our point about things being heading in the right direction, we see what receivers are going to be there. There are a lot of mock drafts that have us drafting the top lineman in the draft, who is Joe Alt, and leads people to share their updated version of the old Burrow meme, where it's get Burrow and you draft a receiver, draft a lineman and let him go to anybody because of his talent, or you don't get a lineman and you let him go Jamar Chase. And we saw that now actually panned out. So that might answer our questions for what we do as well. But is there any thought about, we've talked a whole lot about receivers versus the tight end with Brock Bowers being there. I don't tell you a whole lot about the linemen that are up there because there are some generational linemen that appear to be in this draft as well. Is there any thought about potentially taking a lineman at that top spot instead of one of the great receivers that are on the board?
At that fifth spot, I feel like you got to hammer a wide receiver at 5 because the next pick isn't until like 37 for them, right?
I think that's right.
And you're not going to have potentially generational linemen probably at that spot either, but
Joe Alt appears to be very good. So you might get a really good lineman, but there's no help. If you throwing to anybody seems like it makes sense in the meme there, but it's not that easy. So you still would need to get some guys around Herbert to have that team rolling as need be.
Exactly. And like with it being a deep wide receiver draft, that could lean towards them going O-line and believing that you can get a really talented wide receiver late.
Right.
Lad McConkey is such a great name.
But a lot of names in
here. yeah. But I mean, I feel like me personally, I would try to hammer a wide receiver early, just with what they currently have on the roster. Like you got to help your quarterback out a little bit. Like, you want to help him out with the run game, and I assume they will, but you got to him out with some guys to throw to as well.
So. All these guys are great here. Hold on, no, I gotta find it. There are some folks saying too that, well, if they go and get if they go and get Odell, they can go and have a receiver as they have Odell already, and they can go and get a lineman and be just fine. And they were showing Odell highlights,
LSU highlights,
funny LSU highlights. what are we doing here? But no, I do think Odell could be a serviceable third or fourth option like he was for the Ravens too. But we want to get. There's too many good guys on this list, just of this top 7, wherever it says here, to pass up on. Amongst I think Marvin Harrison will be off the board, but Neighbors or Odunze or Brian Thomas, any of those guys, I think the Chargers for sure have to get one of them. I know, as we talked about a couple of times now, that Harbaugh and Greg Roman have talked a whole lot about the run game and wanted to have that imposing front 7 and all that kind of stuff. But making sure you have a receiver outside as well, that your star quarterback, who still is the key piece of this offense right now, has someone to turn to reliably, I think is top of the list for necessities right now still. And I don't think you could pass up on the opportunities that are presenting in this draft. So we'll see what Harbaugh and these guys do. Some fun decisions ahead. I honestly think they can go wrong in the situation as well, just in the sense of, if they do somehow surprisingly do get the linemen, there are enough good receivers in this draft that they wait a little while. Maybe somebody can still end up popping off later on in the draft. But just seeing at least the front 7, I think you got to grab one of those guys and make it work. So, we'll stay tuned to all we have. We talked just yesterday about the Keenan Allen trade, and that clip will be posted for you guys shortly. But for now, that's all I got new in regards to what's going on. Anything else you want to say?
They got Marvin ranked as the number 1 overall pick, too.
Oh, you know that? Yeah, he's number 1.
No, I mean,
he's him.
No, I know he's number 1 as far as wide receivers as well.
No,
number 1 overall, too.
No. He's him.
Okay. Well,
I'm saying that. I'm saying that as.
No, I know he's him. I just didn't know that he was overall number 1.
I'm saying that as a Caleb believer. I'm saying that acknowledging the other guys in the draft as good as they are. All people are high on.
Yeah,
Marvin's.
That's all I'm saying. I thought Caleb was 1. That's the only difference.
No. But Marvin's that dude. Marvin's that dude for real. He's been that dude for a couple of years now as well. So whoever gets him, if he somehow ends up in Chicago somehow as well, still with all this going on, instead of Caleb, who with all the moves that have been going on with Chicago right now, they'll have a whole bunch of art pieces for whoever in the center there. And just a lot of good stuff going on coming up shortly with free agency and the draft and all of that. So we locked into it all. We'll continue to be here each week talking about things. We have a full episode coming up on Saturday still, where we're talking more about the basketball side of stuff. But for right now, NFL-wise, those are the 2 things we want to just come back and address real quick. Also, somewhat notably, I'll get to for a moment, UCLA had their pro day today. A lot of guys showed up. Alex's dad popped up yet again.
Not dad. Uncle, come on.
Uncle, my bad. Same thing, whatever. But Deshaun Foster, amongst a whole bunch of other UCLA alums, were out supporting the new guys that were putting their best foot forward for all these pros. I think they said 31 or 32 teams were out looking at UCLA's prospects today, and it looks just signs of good times ahead for the UCLA guys in the league, and just the appeal that UCLA still has to draw these names into the building to show off their prospects. So any thoughts on what's going on with UCLA today? And anything you want to share in relation to what's building up over there?
No, I love it. Like trying to create a new culture here. Like we talked about, we needed a culture shift from Chip Kelly. So as it's explained here in terms of connecting the recruits and their parents, I love that. Bring in some brotherhood to UCLA for sure. So I'm excited for the Deshaun Foster regime for sure.
Very much so. And we talked about it just yesterday as well, just about the full staff being finalized, and salute to the great pieces that they put around Deshaun Foster there. Excited for what they're going to be building there. Kind of tying into pro day, I guess I'll ask you, for UCLA, we haven't, I'm not trying to throw a diss right now, we haven't known them to be a football powerhouse. They're known for basketball.
Sure.
As they enter now the Big Ten, there's a lot of good teams over there that are going to be competing for top spots, and we'll see where UCLA falls in that. Though that will be the case, should UCLA even care? I guess I'll say, should UCLA prioritize gearing up guys for the pro day and for the NFL, or should UCLA's priority really be trying to be the best team that could be in college, if that makes sense? Should it be more of a training ground, or should they really try to be a top college football powerhouse in the upcoming years?
I forget how the little girl says it in Spanish, but why not both? Like,
okay, I was trying to say we haven't seen them as that.
Right.
So if they can be both, great. But if you had a preference, would you want to see them have the success for the teams that are there and them go on and be championship level and all of that? Or would you be fine with them being middle of the pack, but they have guys going to the league and they're top picks every year and things of the sort?
Well, like if you're just talking about like right now, currently, because you're talking about like they're focusing on the pro day as well too. Right now, like I don't think you should be concerned about winning a championship like in your first year, but like with this whole new staff. But in a couple years, like that should be the goal. I think once you've really built this up with the guys that you brought in, like your recruiters and your team has brought in.
Does it have to be?
Does what have to be?
Does a championship have to be the goal? Like I said, if they maybe
should be the goal.
They aren't winning championships, but they're the college team that you know you're going to go and you're going to get trained right by all these professional coaches, and you're going to go on to the league, and you're going to end up having great careers, and you're going to be ready for the moment when you get there. Would that hold more weight than them not having success fully on the college football stage?
If we're not playing for the goal for any team, if you're not playing for the goal to win a championship, but why are you stepping on the field?
Okay, I'm just asking.
Maybe that would just be like my coaching philosophy, but like if you're not trying to win it all, don't show up.
Got it. I think there are teams that, like, I get that, and of course, competitively, you want that to be the case, especially with how intense college football has gotten. But also knowing that a lot of guys, when you go to UCLA, you go to a USC, things of that sort. While you do want to compete, yes, you also believe that they're going to put you in best position to get to the league. So they are the team that I know is going to, regardless of what happens on the field during my career there, when I get to the NFL, I'll be ready to go. I might be okay with that if we don't get to the highest of stages. So just throwing it out there. If you can be both, of course, that'd be great. And we see teams right now that are finding ways. Of course, the Alabamas and others who have great success in the moment, and also send guys off, and they have great success in the NFL as well. But every team is not quite that. So sometimes you kind of have to find that middle ground. So we'll see what UCLA does in the coming years and see what path they choose as they go along with the great staff they put together this offseason. So, that was something I thought of as things are going on right now.
I think what some of the more like elder statesmen head coaches in college sports, but college football too, like have been complaining about or have been upset with is how like the game has shifted a bit in terms of how NIL has affected players like motivations and as well as the transfer portal, guys leaving multiple schools in their college careers to find a quote unquote like better opportunity. And so I think like in terms of what you're talking about, going to a program that you feel like is going to suit you best and get you to the league. Yes, of course. But from the eyes of UCLA and the coaching staff and the whole organization there, like they should be focused on like team success as what like that's how you keep your job. But in terms of representing the school like how you want to, like the goal should be winning on the field as well too.
Got it. I typically hear you in that. Also, I guess I'm not fully a rebuttal, but like for example, I was going to ask, and we will move past it. I was going to jokingly ask like who was the better squad right now, or who was the better pros right now. I should do the list: UCLA versus USC, and a few of those guys that are on the list. You were like, why is Mercedes Lewis the second name on the list? That's just how they listed. I was going to argue with you, but there were a lot of those guys that were back in the building watching these guys for their pro day today. When you have DTR and Jake Bobo and all these guys, as respectfully as they are, they aren't quite the superstars yet that you might have hoped. So if you could get the guys that end up being stars in the league, come back, and it holds a lot of weight too. So I guess that's kind of what I'm pointing to as well. So we'll see how UCLA builds up, as I said, going forward, and just looking forward to all that's on the way there. So that was really it. All I had. Anything else you want to add to it?
No, I'm good.
Cool. So those were the big topics I had for today. We had a full episode yesterday. You guys can go back and watch that stream. Available on our YouTube, on all platforms. Actually, it should be on our Twitter as well, and Twitch for you guys to access. So good stuff there. Lastly, I'll ask. I was going to ask, just going back to the NFL. There are a lot of fan bases that have been happy with how all the moves that have been going on right now. We see a lot of big names bouncing around the league and things. How would you now put at least the top 5 of the NFL based on the moves that have been made to start free agency so far.
Yeah, it's a little bit chalky just off the top of my head, but
Sure.
the Chiefs obviously at 1. They already probably would have been at 1, and then they added Hollywood Brown.
Right.
So Chiefs 1.
You don't have a list, but you can just freestyle what names are in the
5, not in order. Yeah, I mean the Ravens as well, with adding Derrick Henry, and they were already AFC like in the AFC Championship game. So
right.
Ravens, Chiefs. Is this who I think will be like the top 5, or just like the top 5 in terms of like acquisitions made and everything?
Do it how you want to do it, and I'll follow mine.
Okay. So yeah, I'll do it with like who I think will be the top 5 best teams.
Yeah.
Just with the moves made so far. So yeah, Chiefs, Ravens. Philly, I need to see their defense first.
Correct.
So I'm not going to put them there, although Saquon, of course, is a great get.
Correct.
Niners still deserve that respect. I don't know what happens with Ayuk yet.
Mm-hmm.
They did lose Eric Armstead. That could be a fairly big piece for their defense, but
Staley's there too. So
yeah, this is true. But I feel like they still deserve that respect with CMC there.
Yeah.
Kittle, Debo, Purdy. Yeah, I'll put them in there in that 3. It's hard for me to respect the Cowboys or the Eagles, to be honest.
Yankees the Lions.
Packers.
Top 5 already?
I think the Packers are going to fight with the Lions in that division.
Okay.
I like some of the moves they made. So I'll put the Packers in that 5. And I mean, I think Cincy bounces back, but I don't know what happens with T. Higgins yet.
Right.
I guess I'll say Buffalo is in there at the 5th team.
They were just talking about Stephon Diggs are being mad again about contracts or whatever. They said just today he might be trying to look to go somewhere else. Does that throw off what you're saying?
Not particularly, because he wasn't really helping them for the back half of the season. So, and they still managed to get wins without him really contributing. Not to say like, because I don't think it's a full addition by subtraction. Like he is, I think he does still have some juice left, but
right.
For whatever reason, it just was not clicking for him in the back half of this last season.
Got it.
Some other teams, just like honorable mention there, I guess, would be Houston for me, Cincy, Houston, Cincy, Philly, and Atlanta. I'm not going to jump too far on the Atlanta hype train, but yeah.
Ravens, Chiefs, Niners. I think the Lions stay up there. It's going to be difficult for the Lions to stay up there. They kind of caught folks by surprise this year,
right.
But I do think they can be there. In the end, they might even be not middle of the pack, but they might again kind of be in that 12-5, 11-6 kind of range again. But we'll have the pieces to make a decent run in the playoffs. Packers will make a jump. No fear of a sophomore slump from Houston, both from Stroud and just a team in general.
I don't think so. And while like Mixon isn't maybe like the most dynamic guy, I think that's a good get for them for that offense. But no, I don't see a slump for Stroud. I think he's the real deal. Like he played well in the playoffs too. Like it was a good defense, but
I'm all for it. But just throwing it out there just to see how you're viewing things.
One like team that could be a funny.
I'm with you for how you put it.
Okay.
I guess a more question in regards to what's going on right now. I'll ask it, and that we can will be easier to answer. Okay. It's just if you could be a fly on the wall for any team the rest of the offseason, watch how they just put their team together the rest of the way. What team would you want to watch and see how they orchestrate things from going on from here?
I mean, my mind immediately goes to the Chargers just because what we talked about, but that's the LA team, so I'll pick a non-LA team as well.
Yeah. LA team's out because we're already watching them regardless.
Right.
So minus them, who else would you have eyes on?
Bears, of course, would be very interesting. Just deciphering between that whether they trade Fields and
Mm-hmm.
going with Caleb or Marvin.
Yeah.
Um, so Bears for sure would be high on that list. And what I was gonna say before you ask that question is another kind of wild card team is the Jets because don't
Mm-hmm.
know as far as Aaron Rodgers like what he's gonna look like next year, but they had high hopes coming into this season and then he
They
tore
just
his
signed
Achilles.
that the lineman from the Cowboys, Tyron Smith. So they're getting him help. So they believe he's going to be there. But yeah, if he's talking about running for vice president and stuff, plans could get derailed pretty quick yet again. So
Very
that's
much
sign
so.
up for Aaron Rodgers, and it is what it is.
Very much so. But yeah, I'll say the Bears and maybe not the most interesting, exciting, but like I'll say like the Raiders too, like figuring out one,
Mhm.
they're in Vegas, but then just figuring out that quarterback situation and that rebuild with Pierce as
Right.
the head coach. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, those definitely are good ones to keep eyes on. As you mentioned a little while ago, just on a subtle note, seeing what the Bengals do with T. Higgins and what that move was going to be, we'll surely will have eyes on that because they technically they already gave him the franchise tag, but he doesn't want to play under that and wants to get his money. So
Right.
if they are forced to trade him because of his demands somehow, it could put them in an interesting spot. Most times guys end up playing. I think only we saw what happened before when I think that was Le'Veon Bell decided not to play on the tag and things kind of got derailed with his career after that. But we'll see what goes on with him. But yeah, again, interesting things there. I think you mentioned it, or maybe you didn't, but just trying to figure out what's going on with the Jaguars right now as well. People had very high hopes for
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence and saw him as for a while, or at least as he was entering the league, the second coming of Andrew Luck or whatever. He was the next great prospect in the league, and things have not quite clicked. He had the moment versus the Chargers where he bounced back and won that game. But in the year since then, that team did not look like they were building in the right direction following the success that they had. And then they go and trade for Mac Jones. They throw a whole bag at Gabe Davis.
Right.
They traded Calvin Ridley, or not? Or Calvin Ridley goes to the Titans. I mean,
Right.
And just what they're putting together there for a squad that we saw potentially on the level of the Houstons and of the Packers and to the sort that we thought they would be there before them.
Right.
To see how they get back on that level will be interesting.
Sure.
It's less about offseason moves at this point, and more just about with how they produce on the field.
Yeah.
We'll have eyes on them a little bit. And
I have
then
a question for you, just kind of piggybacking off this
go ahead.
topic.
After that,
What because it kind of coincides with this, but like what team would you want to see like a hard knocks season of this year?
Hard Knocks season 4 at this point. It would do we already get a Jets one? It would have to be the Jets at this point.
We just had the Jets last year.
Jets, but
Yeah.
we're running back with them. But honestly, maybe it might be the Chargers and because of the personality that Harbaugh is,
Maybe.
getting more of a glimpse into Herbert. Herbert still is known publicly, at least, as a quiet, kind of reserved guy, and that appears to be who he is. We talked a while ago. I think that was Corey came on the show who was following the Chargers a bit and talked about how Herbert. That's just who he is. He's a quiet guy, but him being here in LA deserves a little bit more of a spotlight. So seeing him actually talk a little bit more and be expressive amongst that new Charger squad being built will be interesting. And then, of course, everybody's favorite right now, Kirk Cousins.
I was going to say, that might be the chalk answer, but I feel like that is the answer, though. New head coach, Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, so
all these weapons unlocked. So,
yeah,
I feel like that would be the one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But kind of to that point, back to my original question, just about teams you want to follow, somewhat, like I'm looking at the Vikings, like, I'm not quite sure what they're cooking here.
I don't want to follow. I don't want to follow that. Nope.
I know you don't, and a lot of people will be like, "Why the hell would you want to follow that?" But
no.
I'm sitting here like, sometimes when it's so confusing that you don't understand it, it makes me more intrigued. And seeing that they went and not immediately, but went and gave Sam Darnold people a bag. They went and got Aaron Jones. Brandon Powell isn't the most highly talented receivers, respectfully. Neither is Trent Sherfield, but they filled out the roster. It's like this was a team with Justin Jefferson, who is on the verge of a contract, wants a new contract and things of the sort. And when Kirk Cousins was playing, they were a decent squad and they showed high hopes and things. And now, I don't know if we necessarily call it a rebuild.
They still got some pieces there because like Hawkinson's still there coming off injury. They brought in Aaron Jones. They have
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson still. They have Jordan Addison. So like they have pieces on that offense. I don't know. Is Sam going to be the projected starter right now?
It now is assumed they're going to draft somebody, so we'll
Yeah,
see
yeah.
what they do in the draft. But yeah, that's kind of the point. It's like I'm not quite sure what they think they're cooking with this because it's not fully. I'm not seeing the picture mesh as it's supposed to so far. So yeah, we'll see about that one. But they came to mind just as moves that are being made because I can't quite explain this to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I mean,
we'll see.
the defense for them was like surprisingly, like they picked it up last year. The defense,
Mhm.
'cause it was notably Swiss cheese the year when they played the Giants in the first round of the playoffs. But
Yeah.
they kind of picked it up this year. I think they lost a couple of guys in free agency, but you just showed the laundry list of guys they brought in. So yeah, I don't know exactly what they're cooking, but the Vikings, for me personally, aren't a team that I would be following too closely.
They're somewhat they're middle of the pack, bottom of the barrel, however
Yeah,
you want to describe it. I guess of the top teams, I don't know if I necessarily want to follow them because I've said my gripes about them for forever. But I think like the Cowboys, who it's like y'all,
they haven't done a whole lot. Well, I don't think
y'all
they have a lot
should
of
be.
flexibility to do a whole lot
They may
either.
not have a lot of flexibility, but y'all should be a top tier team.
Yeah,
Y'all have pieces that are there that
they'll still
are
be there, but will we trust
Super
them in the
Bowl
playoffs?
caliber, whatever. But
Yeah,
it's like y'all are Jerry Jones being in his own way and stuff. Like I just can't quite figure out why they can't just get out of their own way and just get the pieces that they need to get to be in there to succeed as they need to, and to just stop worrying so much about all the other stuff going on and just ball as they need to finally get that ring
well,
they've been craving for 35 years or however long it's been at this point.
part of the answer is your man Dak Prescott, as we know, in his
Not,
playoff shortcomings.
not my man.
But another part of it is I think getting healthy will be good for the like uh Diggs being out for a lot of that season and in the playoffs.
Yep.
They got toasted for what 50 points by the Packers in that
Yeah.
game. So as much as we like bag on Dak, like the defense was very much a third of that blame goes to them for how they underperformed in the playoffs. So
Mhm.
I think if they can get their defense back right to where it doesn't fall completely on Dak's shoulders, that will be a plus. But they obviously need to figure out the running back position too, because Deuce Vaughn, I think, is the running back on the roster right now. So they're going
Uh,
to need to figure that out via draft or trade. But
yeah, so we'll see about that. Yeah, we'll be tuned in one way or another. Just Cowboys are always in the news one way or another, so it is what it is. But yeah, they will be on my mind a little bit as news continues to break because they haven't quite jumped as we thought they would, and for whatever reason. So we'll
Browns
be tuned
signed
into that.
Jameis. I feel like there's players that
Yeah,
moved that I have no idea like where they
yeah.
went. Yeah.
Being a Ravens fan, as I've noted, you'll naturally see a lot of Steelers stuff on the timeline of folks hating or whatever. And I've seen a lot of Steelers fans actually on the opposite side be very excited about Russell Wilson and Patrick Queen and Dante
Understandable.
Jackson joining them. It is an upgrade from where they were last year.
Right.
There's you can't pick off who just left to the Eagles
Right.
and others who were there. Do you actually see them making a big jump this year with Russ under center, or you think they're going to kind of still be bottom of the AFC North?
Yeah, I've seen people joking about like the if you weren't with us at 10 and 7, like don't be with us when we're 9, 8, and 1 or whatever kind of thing. So like I don't think they make a huge jump of any kind, but I do think it is an improvement, obviously, like we talked about last episode, from Kenny Pickett and Mason Rudolph and
Right.
Trubisky and all like those guys are unserious quarterbacks. So Russ is at least competent, and I think that's an improvement from the guys they've had in that QB room. So I understand optimism from the Steelers.
Because they're a team that always has been successful. Like you know, they haven't been under 500 or whatever that's been for
Yeah,
however long now under Tomlin. It makes the ceiling or makes the floor kind of the same as what it's always been. Like they're going to be a 500 team, and they might catch the Ravens one time during the season. I think they beat the Ravens a few times in a row now at this point. They might beat the Ravens during the regular season. They might catch the Bengals during the regular season.
yeah,
But it gets close to that playoff time, they don't have that ceiling that other squads may have. And they
right.
still might end up being middle of the pack as they have been for some time now.
Yeah,
So if they gives them a little bit more energy to watch each game and a little more hope about where they could go, and it changes from 9-8 to 11-6 or whatever.
Mhm.
Salute to y'all, but Super Bowl level now with Russ there on this deal that he is. While he will be an improvement, I don't think he's going to all of a sudden turn this team into a Super Bowl level team, as Steelers fans themselves might have some small hopes of him doing.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was the last note. I saw some talk about that, but enough
scrub talk.
Huh?
I said enough scrub talk. Let's get to the trivia.
All right, yeah. We can wrap this up and get up out of here. This is all NFL episode today. You want to do NFL trivia, or you want to just keep doing NBA stuff?
We can do NFL trivia. Yeah.
All right. What was NFL? Okay, there it is. I do want to do that connections thing again, but we'll come back to it.
The New York Times one.
Yeah, that was good. But here are I can't find another NFL trivia page, so we'll just keep using this one as we've been doing. Okay. Yeah, NFL quiz will get there.
We've definitely done a lot of quarterback ones.
Rushing touchdown leads for every NFL franchise. Every quarterback with the franchise record for passing yards. Rushing lead for every season in the NFL and Super Bowl era. I might be able to get a good amount of those. QB with the most passing touchdowns as a rookie for every NFL franchise. QB with the most pass yards in a single season. The last running back each NFL team was selecting in the first round is a good one. And the player with the most rushing yards in a season in every franchise. Quarterback with the most rushing yards in a season. There's some good running back ones here. Or this one, every NFL Offensive Player of the Year award winner. You've been quiet, so I know you want to lean back to a quarterback potentially, because those are the easiest ones we know. But
I don't really want to do a quarterback one because I feel like we've done that a lot.
A lot of running back ones in here that we can do.
Rushing leader.
In the Super Bowl era, so the last 50, 58 or whatever.
We can do that.
You might get a lot of the early ones or the recent ones, I mean.
Yeah. We can do that one.
Rushing leader?
Yeah.
That one or the first round pick?
I don't know if I can do the first round pick one. That one has been hard for other people too. 49%.
Right. All right. So we'll do what did you say, rushing leader?
Yeah.
That all right. That might be harder in my head, but whatever.
Really?
Here we go. All right. So here we go. Just help, obviously they do give the hints.
Aiming for 45.
Huh?
Is it aiming for 45?
Aiming for 45. All right, bet. 5 minutes on the clock, as you see. The clue is, as you guys can see, I'll zoom in a little bit. The year, the team, the yards, and the jersey number. That goes a long way. So we'll see what we can do about that. Most folks get 44. We'll try to get above that. 5 minutes on the clock. There's a lot of viewers in here right now. If you want help at all, we really appreciate the help there. And we'll get started once I start typing. So I'm gonna start the top with McCaffrey, or you have another name you want to get going with?
I was gonna say Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders surely is in there a couple times. Appreciate that. Just say big name running backs you know of. Walter Payton, I'm sure, is in there somewhere. Who were the old running backs back in the day?
Juice Man, was he a leader?
Simpson got
3 times, 4 times.
Yeah.
The juice was loose.
Who else? Did I say Walter Payton already? I said Walter Payton. Barry Sanders. Is it Eric Dickerson?
Yeah. The Rams.
Got a couple of those, a few of those. Appreciate that. Marshawn Falk.
Marshall.
Marshall. My bad. Mixing names. Marshall Falk. Nope. That's what wrong. I'm just with Falk. Nope. All right. Derrick Henry. Dallas. Ezekiel Elliott. Elliott. Before him in Dallas was DeMarco Murray.
Yeah, good name.
Adrian Peterson.
Is Arian Foster on this list?
Arian Foster might have a year. He had a good year. Yeah, 2010. Jacksonville is Maurice Jones-Drew.
Chris Johnson.
Chris Johnson's a great grab. Yep. Is that Jonathan Taylor up top there?
Oh, did he lead the league one year?
That one year he was getting the MVP?
Oh, Jonathan. You know, when you said Jonathan Taylor, I was thinking like Jonathan Stewart.
Oh, no. For the Chiefs, a couple years ago, 27. Who's that? 2017.
Yeah, I was trying to think who's that. 27. Is that one of the Williams running backs?
It had to be. I can't think of who that is. Let's go ahead and get McCaffrey out the way.
Who's Dallas in the 90s? Is Emmitt Smith.
Emmett.
Yeah.
Um,
Is Dion in here? Did he play running back? He was a corner.
Dion who? Sanders? He played defense.
He played defense, yeah.
Salute though. LaDainian Tomlinson.
Oh, for sure, LT.
Yeah.
Sean Alexander.
Yep. The Jets. Oh my God.
First of all, Lewis for Ravens.
Yep. For the Jets. Oh my God.
2004.
Well, first off,
Curtis Martin. Curtis Martin is, I think, the Coldplay dude.
Who did I say? Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
Is
that Priest Holmes?
Priest Holmes, or is it Clinton Porteous?
I think he was on the Redskins. He might be on here too, though.
Nope. Did Fred Taylor ever get one? Salute to Fred Taylor.
Oh, maybe for the Jags.
Nope.
Let me see the other teams.
The Colts. Oh, that's is that Edgerrin James?
Yeah. Shout out Jizzle.
Come on, man.
That's his son's name.
I know, but come on.
That's his son's name.
I know. Who was the dude that played? Oh my God, for the Broncos next to Elway. Oh my God, he's an analyst now too and everything. I
don't know who the running back was with Elway.
Oh my God.
We got a lot of old ones left though.
Yeah.
Come on, G. I need your ball knowledge here. Oh, did you try like one of the Williams for the Chiefs?
Yeah, but what you can for Williams?
Yeah, who would it be? Like, was it like Daryl? What was his name? Who? 2017. Because is that a Super Bowl year that they won?
No, that was right before.
It's a little bit before, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Who
was there? What team was that? I was Alex Smith, maybe. Probably. Alex Smith and who?
Yeah, who was the running back with him? To be the leader, that's crazy. I feel like the name's gonna piss us off if we can't.
Yeah, I know.
Let's see. There's a guy in Houston. Who's Houston? He has 3 of them, like back to back.
That was the Oilers back then. There's some obvious names in here that I know.
I'm trying to think of all-time great running backs. I think we got a lot of them.
Where are you at? What, 41 and the number is 44? We gotta get 4 more. We had no time.
A lot of time. Yeah.
Well, let's see who it is. Kareem Hunt. Wow.
Oh, right. 27. That was like his rookie year.
Yeah. Wasn't getting Christian Okoye. Sorry. Marcus Allen, Earl Campbell. Should have got Earl Campbell.
I wouldn't have got Earl, but
Terrell Davis. That's what I was thinking of. He's an analyst now, I think, for CBS, maybe. Shoot to him.
Okay. I wouldn't have got a whole lot of these, so I'm not too mad at it.
Yeah.
Kareem Hunt. We just erased that man from
Didn't realize, wasn't he? There were 2 guys back in that backfield. It was Kareem Hunt and somebody else.
He was the guy. Like his rookie year, though, he like bursted onto the scene.
Okay. Well, hey, salute. So we'll take that as what it is. We'll take the 41, and that'll be it for NFL wise. We'll go ahead and do NBA ones. We like doing the NBA side of things. I'll go over the Coop grids. They have their connections game now. They have iCall game. They have all this stuff now. So it's always fun doing that. Loading up the connections for today. This is an interesting one.
Okay. I see Steve Nash in a polo.
Steve Nash, Steph Curry. I'm thinking point guards. Dame. Who else would be in that? Luka, maybe?
Who is Mike Tobey? Come on.
Huh?
Mike Tobey?
Where?
Next to Matt Ryan.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who that is. But they might be connected. Matt Ryan, Mike Tobey. Who else would be in that? Hawkins and Vujicic.
No. Like I was thinking like Malcolm Hill and
No.
'cause maybe it's like undrafted guys. Malcolm Hill and like
Well,
Julius Randle.
let's do ignore the no names. Let's just do the big names first that we know and see
Okay.
if there's any connection. Well,
You
there
don't
might
want
be
to
a
try that?
shooting one.
I said you don't want to try that one, like undrafted guys, maybe Matt Ryan, Toby, Hill, and Sasha.
Nope. Maybe it's a shooter. Vujicic, Peja, Matt, Jordan. Oh, Jordan. Nope.
I see some power forwards here, like
Barkley.
Barkley, Giannis, Garnett, and Tim.
Okay, power forward, basic.
Yeah.
All right, that was a gold one. I think I got another one for that. All right, then let's go ahead and do Steph, Steve, Dame, Luca.
That feels easy.
One
One
away.
away. Okay. What would be the connection?
Goran. That's the only point guard. One away still, so it's not Goran. Jordan. One away still, not that. Steph, Dame, and Steve all did what?
Are they like 3-point leader? Maybe like Peja. Free throw.
89% free throw percentage. It wasn't a 3-point.
No shooters. So.
We'll take it. All right. So now of the last 8 here, we got Sasha, Jordan. I keep putting them together because they're shooters.
Right.
Sasha, Jordan, Mike, and Matt.
Is it like international players like Luca, Dragic, Valanciunas? I don't know who Toby is, but maybe Toby.
Valanciunas, Luca, Sasha.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
One away. Who's the odd one out in this? You know where they're from?
No, I don't. Maybe Toby instead of Valanciunas, maybe? Slovenian. Yep.
I'll take it.
Because I know that the three of them had itches at the end of their days.
Hawkins, Hill, Valanciunas, and Matt Ryan.
Let's see.
Are they all on the Pelicans right now?
Or maybe all played for them.
Because where's Matt Ryan right now? You know?
No, I don't. He could be on their bench.
Pelicans roster right now. So, hey, we'll take it. Another fun one. I like the new game they added with a connection, so we appreciate that. Good stuff on that front. Going to I Call Game. The game today is finals match.
Game? The last year's finals?
Game 1 of the finals last year. So we should be able to get a decent amount of it.
We should be able to get all the players on this.
The visitor would be the Heat in this one.
Yep.
Home is Denver.
There we go.
Get faster. There we go. Moving on up. This is just last year, so 2023. All right. Bang. This is finals. Bang.
Easy money.
The coaches are
Mike
Malone
and Spoelstra.
Michael Spo.
This one should be close to 100%. I don't know if I remember who got the last shot.
19 players. Game 1 was that oh no that was the was that the formula game where the Heat lost because that
was with like the Lakers.
No, but I'm saying they missed a bunch of they missed a bunch of shots, but everybody was saying if they hit their shots, they'll bounce back. Wasn't this a blowout game by the Heat by the Rock?
Max Strus couldn't hit the side of a
all them were bricking the whole time.
Yeah. But it was still close.
You said Max Strus.
For sure. Caleb Martin.
Bam.
Jim. Kevin
Love.
Duncan Robinson.
Daniel Beard.
Every time, really.
Was that Kyle Lowry still there?
Yes, Lowry played in that. Yep.
Mike Lowry.
Who else was playing? Oh, Haywood Highsmith.
Haywood Highsmith. Yep. Three more.
Who else?
Did Jovic play at all? Nikola Jovic?
You could try him. He might have played late in the game.
Yep.
Who else would have been there? Damn, they played that many players. Dragic wasn't there anymore, right?
Was Hero back at that point?
He might not have played yet. I think he played like game 5 or something, 4 or 5.
We said Strus.
Yeah.
We said Vincent, Jimmy, Martin, Bam.
Is there anyone else? Oh, Oladipo maybe? I don't know. He might have been hurt though.
Yeah.
Is there another big that we didn't think of? We got Bam, K-Love. They didn't have a whole lot.
What's his name? Omar. Was this guy?
Yurtsevin? Yeah.
Yep, he's there.
Yep.
All right. We need one more. Who's the last guy?
Who is the last guy?
Chat, help us out. Who's the last guy on the Heat?
It's got to be another bench guy.
Not Kessler Edwards. Who's the other, that young small forward they had? Oh my God. I almost want to look it up. I'm not cheating.
Nah.
Oh my God. They had a young small forward, light-skinned dude.
Light-skinned? Okay.
I thought, oh my God.
But it's someone at the end of the bench you're thinking of, though, right?
Yeah, not Kessler Edwards. It was another guy. They had another one of those. Oh my gosh, I feel like I know his name. This is killing me.
If you could describe him a little more, I might get him. But
I can't think of how else to describe him.
Small forward, young player.
Yeah. He was like, I don't think he's even there anymore.
Okay.
Respectfully. I think he was there and got cut after that.
I'm blank. We can go to Nuggets for now.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's gonna kill me. I'm almost certain that it's him too.
Okay.
What is his name? Go ahead with Nuggets, man.
Jokic, Murray, Gordon.
Jokic, Aaron Gordon,
Michael Porter Jr. Is it Ryan Brown? Is that his name?
Christian
Brown. No, there's no U in the Christian yet.
Peyton, the GOAT, Watson. Oh, he didn't
play? He probably didn't play, yeah. KCP.
Kentavious.
Strong ass name. Who else? That's 6, right? There's only 2 more.
Was Reggie Jackson there?
No. Reggie Jackson's a good guess.
DeAndre Jordan. No.
You could throw DeAndre in there too. I don't think either of them really played, but they were on the team.
I think Ish Smith was there, wasn't he? Wasn't Ish Smith there?
I think he was on the team, yeah.
Dang, who played?
They had a short rotation. There's only 8 guys.
Yeah. Who else is there right now? Same as last year. Bruce Brown.
Oh, Bruce, yeah, he's not there anymore.
Last one.
Damn. Last one for the Nugs.
They don't have a backup.
Jeff Green?
Jeff Green. Yeah, all right. So we got 8-8. The last guy for the Heat, dude. I know who it is. This is gonna make me so mad. Ah,
You're like,
I
somebody please
I can't
help us.
think of any qualities that you would.
Because light skinned black guy, that's not gonna that's not enough.
I'm gonna just take the L. I might be so mad.
All right, let's
Yeah.
see it.
You have any final guesses?
Um, it's got to be a bench guy, right? I don't think we're missing anyone that got real minutes.
Any starter type guy? No.
Who was that that ended their
I'm
career?
about to be so mad. I swear to God. I'm about to be so mad.
Yeah, who was that? That it has to be a garbage time guy.
I'm about to be so pissed. I'm about to be so mad.
I don't think I can get it, man.
I can't think of this man's name. I can't.
Hopefully, it's just a completely different guy than you're thinking.
Cody Zeller. It wasn't
Yeah,
even
see,
him.
it wasn't who you were
Oh my
thinking. Yeah,
God. Now I have to look it up. Who else was on this team? Because
yeah,
literally just off the
yeah.
strength.
They
I
were
can
trying to
know.
throw bodies at Jokic.
Miami Heat. I'll do it on here so we all can see it.
Yeah, who are you thinking of?
Miami Heat 2023 roster. Uh,
Peyton Watson's doing me dirty right
good. Come on and load so we can get out of here, please. I guess he wasn't even there that year, so I was wrong altogether. Maybe it was 2 years ago, but last year, Jamari Bouye, whoever that is, respectfully.
now. Remember
Dwayne
Bouye?
Dedman was there. Jamal Cain was there at some point.
Bouye is
Oladipo
from
was
what's his
there.
name? From Baylor, right?
Hmm?
I said Bouye was from that dude from Baylor, right?
Yeah. I was thinking of KZ. Respect to dude too. I was thinking of him.
Oh, there's no chance I would have got that guy's name if it was him.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking of him. He was there 2 years ago.
Okay.
My God. Salute to dude though. My gosh. But yeah. Oh well, we got close. We still haven't even finished this because the next round is
Oh
final
yeah.
shot. So next round, final shot.
Oh, no, top scorer. Top scorer.
Oh, top scorer. Oh, that had to be Jokic or game one. Because didn't they go off in that game? Unless it was Jimmy.
It ended up being a close game, I feel like, though. Top scorer. No, it wasn't Jimmy. Jimmy had a weak finals.
Then it had to be Jamal or Jokic because they were cooking the whole time.
I think, yeah, I would try Jamal, actually.
Yeah. All right. 70%. How's it 70% after all that?
Most people,
Better than 70%. Most folks probably got a lot of this time, but
yeah, since it was
we'll
last
take.
year.
It's more about this score down here, 918 out of 1,000. We'll take that. Definitely a high score. So good stuff there. Salute to KZ. All respect. My fault. I'm blanking on your name. But yeah, should have the team.
You want to just do the last New York Times one and call it a day?
Real quick, here's the hoop grid, the actual grid for the day. Under 10
yeah.
points per game of the Timberwolves and played for exactly one franchise. And then the Cavs, Pistons, and the Spurs. So we can do that, or you want to do our New York Times connections and call it a day.
Yeah, let's hit the New York Times. Let's hit the New York
All
Times.
right, let's do this. And here are the words of the day.
Trash.
Sorry. No, sorry and trash wouldn't go.
No, I was just
Sorry,
reading them.
apologies. Sorry, apologies. Excuse and pardon. That sounds right. Like an apology.
Yes, I think so.
Oh shit! What?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, we can try something else.
Oh, oops is in there. Sorry. Excuse. Sorry. Excuse.
Sorry. Oops. Apologies and pardon.
It's not excuse.
Yeah,
That
not excuse.
Sorry, oops, apologies, pardon.
We could try that. If that doesn't work, let's just try a different 4. Yeah.
Okay, there we go. So we got that one. Cool.
Defense.
What's dough?
That's like what Homer Simpson says. Like, like have you ever seen like The Simpsons or anything related to
I
it?
didn't realize what that was. Not
Yeah.
enough.
It's like a exclamation.
So like dough, slam, knock, blast.
Dough, slam, and blast for sure. Would not go with that? Maybe.
Trash.
No, you could try that 4 that you have.
All right. Nope, not that. Deselect.
Defense, dirty.
Defense or defense, reason, excuse, and oh no.
Dead. Dirty.
Get a little shuffle, help the eyes out a little bit. One more time, shuffle. This is throwing my eyes off again. All right. There we
Bro, what are you doing?
My bad. All right. I'm done.
Slam.
Date. Nope.
Reason and defense. Like reason, defense, excuse.
Could that be slam, Loki? No.
Hmm.
Slam, blast. Probably go together. Excuse, reason, defense. Trash. Nope. Oh shit. A rat just rolled by.
You living in squalor on it?
Outside.
Oh, okay.
House. I didn't jump. Not in the house. I'm not that calm. Like, all right, by the house.
You said a rat.
Like, no, like outside my backyard.
That's crazy. That's kind of crazy.
Don't clip this, please. If anybody's watching, do not clip this. But anyways, back to the connections.
Excuse, reason, defense. I don't see a 4th word that would go with those though.
Out.
Like one of these is probably like the last one that we had, where it's like all the words go with some other word,
Yeah, but I'm trying to even think what that would be. And I can't figure it out. Slam, blast, knock out. Slam out. Slam dead. We gotta get something.
Damn, yeah. Like I'm dirty and trash.
Dirty, trash, dead, dough.
I don't know.
Help me out there. Give me something. Excuse. It has to be excuse, reason, a defense. And what's the last one?
Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Blast, knock, and out. Like those are all baseball terms.
Mm-hmm. And then slam.
Maybe like a grand slam. You could try that.
Damn.
So what?
One away.
One away. Yeah. Blast, knock, out.
No mistake left, so we gotta move careful.
Blast, knock, out, and defense.
Blast, knock. You said out is still in that group?
Blast.
Instead of slam?
It's only one away. Let's see. Blast, knock, slam.
And if that's the case, even if it's some group of that, I think dirty, dead, trash, and dough would be one.
So you think date, excuse, reason, and defense.
Date, excuse, reason, defense.
I don't know. The one we currently have is definitely like baseball terms, but I don't know if they're like not counting out or they're not counting slam. Because like a blast is like a home run, a knock is like a base hit, slam
Grand
could be a grand
slam.
slam, but an out is like the opposite of all those because you're out.
So the last one would just be defense.
Yeah, I
But
don't know
when
how it works.
excuse and defense and reason all kind of go together, the
Yeah.
last one in that, maybe the last one in that is out. Like you're finding an out. Like you're finding a reason to. I'm trying to.
Excuse, reason, out, and defense. You could try that.
Oh shit! Okay.
Alibi. Yep.
All right. So here we go. Well, with one mistake left, clutch. You got three rolls with one mistake left. So to your baseball one. So now that helps us a little bit because we thought out was in that.
Yeah.
So it would be knock, slam, blast, and then knock, blast, slam,
like
trash, maybe. And all these are the dead, dough, date, dirty.
the only one that works with baseball is dead, like a dead ball. But
We'll take baseball out of it. Knock, blast, slam, trash. What else could that be? Knock, blast, slam, trash. Some kind of fighting type of, I don't know.
I don't know because I don't 100% know what dough is either. Like it could have some other meaning. DOH.
But they have all of they start with the D there. So I don't know. I can't think of any other way to tie them together.
Knock. Because okay, if we did knock, blast, dead, and slam, then DOH, date, dirty, and trash. I don't know what that would be.
We got one guess, so I'll let you make that call. Y'all are still showing up in the chat. Y'all ain't helping. Somebody else help us out here, please.
Date is throwing me off. Date and dirty.
I think this is it. I think it's slam, knock, blast, and trash.
What's that connection? The flows for?
I don't know, man. I told you this game ain't for us. But it makes sense.
Blast, slam, knock, trash.
This game is not for us.
Trash feels like it doesn't go with the other three though.
Then what would it be then? Dead?
I said dead, but I don't know what DOH is. That's throwing me off. But you can do that with dead.
With dead?
It doesn't feel like it's right, but I don't know what else it would be.
Well, we know these three are presumably in it, right? Slam, knock, blast. So we can flip it. What would be the 4 for the other word? For the other row?
Yeah. Dirty.
Because I'm pretty sure it's all of the dirty, dough, date, dead is my guess. And then you have trash, blast, knock, and slam. That's my guess.
Just because they start with the letter D?
Sometimes it's that simple. So, I mean, I'm going to go with that until they prove otherwise.
I don't think that's it, man.
Then give me something. What else is it then?
Because date could be two different things. Like date could be like today's date, like the day of the year. It could be like dating.
So instead of date, it's what? If it's blast, that throws off what the other group is. That one makes sense. Slam, knock, trash, and date.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm going with this then. Is that so? You have another?
Yeah, my only suggestion would be slam, blast, knock, and dead. But
We'll do that then. Slam, knock, blast, and dead.
yeah, I don't even see it moving.
No. Dead. So it was the
trash.
date. That okay. So
Play. Yeah, I knew it was something that with another word.
Date, dead, dirty dough. So I knew
Play
it was the D words, whatever, but
Play
I
dough.
couldn't tie it together. But I was right. Whatever.
You said
Blast,
trash.
knock.
You said trash as the fourth one.
Well, no, I said all the D words for the
Oh,
date,
right,
dirty
yeah.
dough. I didn't know what the
So
tie-in
to
was.
criticize. Okay.
All right, so it is what it is.
All right. Definitely got to think outside the box with this one.
No, we just think inside the box. It's all these straight up answers that we thinking too hard about. Yeah, we can be done. You want to do Wordle for the sake of it?
Nah, we ain't doing Wordle, man. I used to do Wordle like every day for a while, but
I did it today, so I'm gonna cheat. What's this?
You still be doing Wordle?
I did it today. I was bored today, so I was like, let me just do it. So there you go. Bang. If y'all watching and care for Wordle today, there's your 1-1. But yeah, we're done. We appreciate the opportunity as you guys do. A lot of great stuff coming to you guys each week. Stretched out the episode today. Didn't plan on being on this long, but wanted to be around for you guys as you guys tap into the stream. So appreciate everybody showing love as you guys do. Make sure you're following the show on all platforms. Make sure you're following us on LA Sports Report on all platforms. A lot of great stuff coming to you guys each week. We'll have a full official pod on Saturday night after the Lakers-Warriors game. Excited for that one. A lot of good stuff on the way with that. And looking forward to what's going to continue to go on in the NFL this offseason with the NBA as things gear up, for the Pac-12 tournaments with UCLA and USC as they get going with their tournaments and things, or they wrap up. And whatever, just continue to go on with their things this year. And we tuned into it all. And again, appreciate the opportunity as you guys do. Any last comments from you, Alec?
No. Dodgers too from time to time.
Dodgers for sure. Dodgers for sure. Don't want to forget them. So yeah, plenty of fun all across LA. I appreciate y'all for tuning in and joining the conversation. We'd love to chat with y'all. So if y'all can be active in the chat, definitely would love that too. And yeah, we'll see y'all again real soon, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.
Deuces.
Damn rat, man.